A quick update on the new stimulus package. Also, an important piece of data that's going to be released tomorrow morning that is a huge indicator of additional stimulus. And do you think that food prices went up in 2021? Well, yeah, you're right, they did, and as of a recent report, it's showing just how much those food prices went up and how much more we can expect them to go up this year. All of that plus more in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so you can join the fastest growing advocacy group and the #1 channel right here on YouTube dedicated to keeping you updated every single day with everything going on, including stimulus, the stimulus package, stimulus checks, fixed income, money, benefits, and so much more that we're covering right here on the channel every single day. So if you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below, as it's totally free to do so. And my commitment to you and this community as a whole is to be here for you every single day to help out in any way that I possibly can. All right, thank you so much. Let's get into this right now. And one quick side note, yes, my wife Corey will be back in just a couple minutes here, updating you with the newest list of shoutouts in this video, and those names are pulled right out of the fan club list. So congratulations in advance. Let's jump into the video and talk about all these updates. All right, let me give you just a really quick update on that new stimulus package that I first introduced to you yesterday. As of today, I have not seen any new information on it. I've been looking everywhere thinking, is it going to be announced? Is there more details announced? Are they going to expand it more? What's going on with it? I've been looking everywhere today and I haven't seen anything about it. So just want to let you know, I've seen a few people reach out saying, hey, what's the latest word? Haven't seen anything, so I'm watching it closely. Don't worry, as I do get more information, of course, I'll bring that to you right away. But all the information that I released yesterday in that video is still the same as of right now. I haven't found anything new yet. However, it looks like they're still working on it, and I've seen a number of different reports out there basically talking about the exact same thing that I released to you and announced yesterday. So don't worry, I got you covered. That's why you got to make sure you're subscribed down below, because as soon as we get more information on that, I'm right back here for you with those updates. All right, let's quickly talk about this new piece of data that's going to be released tomorrow morning that's actually very important, and this one piece of data alone is a huge indicator when it comes to additional stimulus. What is it? The non-farm payroll jobs number. Now, I know, we probably wonder, why do we care? Well, we care simply because the jobs market is the main indicator behind how often they're going to send out stimulus, how much stimulus is needed, all of the things like that. So that's why you've got to watch this number very closely. This number is released once per month on the first Friday of the month. Tomorrow happens to be that day. So they're going to be releasing this number at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and of course, I'll be watching that very closely. Now, this is going to give us a reading on how many jobs were created last month. Well, it could be all over the board, right? We also have to take into consideration seasonal hiring. Of course, they never tell us that, but that is something that we have to continue watching and thinking about too, is that there were probably a lot of jobs that were created for the seasonal time of year, right? Well, what's going to happen over the coming months here? So, again, that piece of data will be released tomorrow morning. Of course, I'll bring it to you sometime tomorrow when we get that information, and I'll keep you updated on that. Also, this morning, initial jobless claims was also reported. Now, this is a separate number we also need to watch very closely that is also tied to employment numbers. This is the number of people that applied for new unemployment benefits last week alone. Came in at 207,000. So it's a little bit higher elevated number than it was last week, but at the same time, it's still kind of relatively low. Even though it's over 200,000 people last week alone applied for unemployment benefits, it's still relatively a good number. So, of course, that is something else that is a very important metric that we need to watch very, very closely. So, of course, I'll continue watching everything for you. Also, let's quickly talk about food prices. So we talked about this a lot throughout the course of 2021. There were multiple different reports that came out talking about food prices. If you remember some of my videos from last year, I was talking about some meat products. Pork was up like 18% or something. Chicken was up like 13%. Ground beef was up like 12 or 13 or 15%. Honestly, I don't remember the exact numbers. It was a few weeks ago, or actually it was a couple months ago last time I looked at the reports. But throughout the course of 2021, we saw a lot of food products going up a lot, right? Well, just about a week and a half ago, I was also out with another video saying, hey, some of these some of the big meat And food manufacturers have actually come out and said, soon as 2022 rolls around, we're going to be jacking up our prices. So about a week and a half ago or so, I was out in a couple videos saying, hey, if you can get out to the stores now and stock up on some food, you might want to do it before the prices go up. Well, here now we have a new report that just came out talking about world food prices from 2021. So if you thought food prices went up in 2021, you're right. You are right on. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Food prices did go up. Check out these numbers, and I hope you're sitting down because these are some massive numbers when it comes to food. Typically, food goes up like 2%. It's not very much over the course of a year. 2, maybe 3% is about the annual inflation on food. Check this out. World food prices went up 28% last year. That is unbelievable. 28%. That shouldn't even be allowed. I mean, again, who am I to really say this? Again, I'm just a guy on YouTube, but my point is, this should not even be allowed to happen. 28% is ridiculous. There's no other way to say it. That is absolutely ridiculous. For enough people out there who are living on a small fixed income and even just a low income, and with the unemployment situation last year, and so many people still struggling this year alone, to say that food prices, the things that all of us need every single day, right, to go up by 28% is, I don't even know what to say about it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So that is unreal what these world food prices, what they're going up. So that's what they said according to this new report. Now, also in this report, they gave us an estimate of what they think food prices are going to be for 2022. I can tell you this much. It's not quite as bad, but they're estimating food prices will go up another 7% this year. So, one more thing I have to take into consideration also. Remember, let's just say food prices last year, let me give you a quick example. Food prices were, whatever they were at the beginning of the year. They went up 28%. Okay, they went up 28% on a much lower number. Now they're anticipating prices will go up another 7% on the higher prices. So, you know stuff about percentages, right? When the higher the number that you have, if you're using a percentage and you run a percentage on, say, 100 versus $1, the amount that it's going to go up on 7% on $100 is $7. 7% on $1 is 7 cents. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, let's just say at the beginning of 2021, a product was $1. Okay, it went up 28%, $1.28. Now we have to add an additional 7% on $1.28. It's a much higher number. Kind of get what I'm saying here? So yeah, even though it's 7% that they're estimating for this year, it's on a much higher number because of the 28%. So that 7% is probably significantly higher than what it would be like a year ago from the one, you know what I mean, from like the baseline, if that makes sense. So it's all about percentages, and that's, again, not a good thing. So wow, unbelievable with everything going on right now. But these are some of the updates that I came across today that I wanted to share with you. And one more thing, I want to talk about inflation really quickly. This is going to come as no surprise considering we just talked about food prices, of course, inflated food prices. But analysts and economists right now are anticipating that 2022 is once again going to show us inflation numbers that we haven't seen in a few decades. So the last inflation number that we saw, what was it, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we saw that last one, came in at 6.8%. That was year over year. But it was about 1%, just under 1% month over month. But I mean, according to these analysts and the economists that are watching this, they're anticipating that we're going to be seeing inflation that's kind of rivaling these other inflation numbers that we've been seeing. So maybe not quite as high, maybe not 6.8% going forward, but even 4, 4.5, 5, which is still incredibly high. The Federal Reserve is who pegs interest rates. Let me give you a quick perspective on that. So the target for the Federal Reserve and their inflation rate on an annualized basis is typically between about 2 and 3%. So considering inflation is at about 6.8% as of the last reading, even if inflation goes down to say 4%, all of us would be thinking, wow, inflation really came down. It's really low. No, historically, that is still very, very high. It's about double what their actual annual target is. So that's what we have to watch very closely, is because even if inflation comes down a little bit, it's still going to be historically very, very elevated. So what they're basically telling us is this is going to be another year of rising prices. Yes, just what I wanted, to pay more for the same old things once again this year. I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty excited to spend more money on the same old things. I mean, seriously, we need to catch a break here. I mean, I'm just getting so sick of paying more every time my wife goes to the store and picks up all of our, supplies and foods and groceries and things like that. Comes back every single time and the receipt is higher and higher. I keep saying every single time, we should just buy a huge freezer and just pack it full. Why not? We'd be ahead of the game at the end, right? Yeah, it'd be expensive to buy a big freezer, but at the end of the day, we might be saving a bunch by not paying more and more for the same old food every single week. You know what I mean? So, obviously I'm probably not going to do that, but my point is, it sure would be nice. It's a nice concept to think about, but it's not really realistic, right? So anyway, this is what I have for you as of right now. Wanted to talk through this a little bit more for you so you can have a better understanding and just let you know what I'm finding out there. But I'll be back right away tomorrow with another video, as there's a lot going on out there right now and we've got to watch it very closely. So with that being said, I'm going to bring my wife in for those shout outs for all of those fan club individuals right here. So again, if you haven't done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below, share this video, or go back and check out the videos from yesterday if you want to see the latest updates on that new stimulus package that was just introduced yesterday. And of course, feel free to go back and check out any of the other 2,000 videos right here on the channel. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and Corey will come in right now and read the latest list, the new list of names right off of the fan club membership. So if you're interested in checking that out, again, it's totally optional. There's a link down in the description. Otherwise, at the top of the comment section, there'll be a pinned comment from me as well. You can check it out there. But again, totally optional. You do not have to do it. All of my videos are 100% free, as they always have been and always will be. So Corey, take it away. I'll catch you later.
We'd like to give a shout out to Dorianne Legrand, Deborah Armas, Jose Mendez, Pamela Stewart, Bob Lee, Angie Hinkle, Tina Spence, and Jarita Duckworth. Thank you guys for being in the fan club.